a comeback this has been.
Sometimes you're a fire, sometimes you're a ghost. Sometimes you can give me all the things that I love most. Sometimes you're a queen, sometimes you're a curse, and sometimes a whole lot worse. Yeah, nobody's quite like you.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 9 of Blue Hell Worldwide here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well. Today we are taking on Greek outfit PAOK in the Europa League round of 64 over both leagues. We've got some quite important MLS games either side of that as well, which will bring you guys highlights of. And we are in the middle of the mid-season transfer window, so it could be a busy one, albeit we are quite broke, so don't expect much on the latter end of things, at least transfer budget wise. But if you are looking forward to today's episode, then remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already, also consider hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. But of course, in yesterday's episode, which if you missed, I will leave a link to above my head in the top right corner, we did just sneak out of our group with wins over both Young Boys and Feyenoord, and today we look to keep the fairy tale run continuing when taking on PAOK, who aren't in the same tier as us in Super League 2. So definitely a team that we could be capable of going past here today. But first off, we will bring you guys highlights of the games that we've played off camera since the end of yesterday's episode. First up, it was a Boxing Day clash in the league against Deportivo Guadalajara, and this was a home game for us, and in the 26th minute we got the deciding goal, Busio making a wonderful run forward, slots through Wilson Harris, who got a start in this game, of course, with our players having been quite tired from a big chunk of games leading into that end of the Europa League part of the season. And that was the winning goal, well slotted away in the bottom left corner, and we picked up a solid 1-0 win against the Mexican outfit. Not our greatest performance, weren't overly dominant in the game, but just did enough to pick up the 3 points and keep ourselves in the promotion hunt. And a few days later, we were looking to get some revenge on LAFC after they beat us earlier in the season, quite early on when we had our first little bad patch of form. Since then, their form has dropped off, and this was again a home game for us, and we did get that revenge, another 1-0 win, a corner that Martins puts in, finds Punchek's head into the left corner, and we pick ourselves up another good solid 1-0 win, although this time we were a lot more dominant performance-wise, really should have got a few more goals than we did, but happy to get another 3 points on the board and some revenge over LAFC in the Ted Lasso derby for earlier in the season. And we started the new year with a tie against Mexican outfit Cruz Azul, a team who are quite far up there when we did make our way to Mexico in the Hexagon Challenge, down towards the bottom of the table in this save, but they did upset us at their home ground here, it has to be said. They had the ball just outside the box in the 22nd minute, a good ball put in there for Montour, and he's able to put that in the right corner, and that was the winning goal this time, a 1-0 loss against us. You look at the stats, it was a pretty even game, and XG-wise, we started to go a bit more direct late in this game, and it certainly helped our XG, but in the end, we just couldn't get anything going that was threatening enough, and fair play to the Mexican outfit, 3 important points for them there. Not a good start to the new year. But then we came back home shortly off the back of that for a big domestic clash against FC Dallas, currently occupying that second place, the automatic promotion spot in the league. We beat them 4-0 earlier this season, so had a bit of confidence going into this game, and we did start it off well with a 5th minute corner, Zusi finding Punchek again, being the goalkeeper at the near post to make it 1-0. Then with 5 minutes to go, Daniel Shalloy just keeping the ball there over to Busio. Nice pass here to put Polito through, and he puts that into the bottom right corner to more or less seal it at 2-0. They did get a goal back in the first minute of added time. Rikuate, good ball over there for O'Brien. He returns the favour, and they make it 2-1, but it was too little too late by that stage, and a really good 3 points for us there against the team who currently at that stage occupied second on the table. And you can see they did actually have the better of the stats in that game too, did FC Dallas. We got away with that one a little bit, possibly a bit of payback for that previous game away at Cruz Azul, but that's a good little double for us over FC Dallas. So 3 wins from 4 league games since the end of yesterday's episode, and what that means is we are still in a pretty good position to be trying to get out of this league this season. Still got those games in hand on both now. Atlanta, 1 in hand on them, and the likes of San Luis FC Dallas. We are only 3 points off that second position and with those games in hand, in quite a nice spot, as I said. But in between these two Europa League games today, we are taking on Atlanta United. So if we can just hold them to a draw and even pick up a win, that would be a very good result for us, as I still feel like it could be a fight between us and them for that second remaining promotion spot, with Junior FC having quite a big gap at the top of the table. It does feel like it could be a fight between us and Atlanta still as we get close to the halfway stage of the season for that second automatic promotion spot. But we are in the middle of the transfer window. Unfortunately, with the transfer budget and wage budget that we do have here at Sporting Kansas City this season, we haven't been able to do too much immediate business. We'll just touch on something that I'm looking at doing shortly, but we have made a couple of signings who will join us at the end of the season. William Igor is a Brazilian striker out of the Seattle Sounders Academy who was on trial here at the club right at the start of the save. He looked good. He's going to be joining us at the start of next season. We did that one quite a while ago, that deal, but we've done one in the meantime, a Brazilian midfielder from Cabo Fluense, an 18-year-old Wendell Lesser. He looks like quite a useful defensive midfield option for us at 18 years old. He's got a lot of potential and we've picked him up for absolutely nothing. He'll be joining us at the end of the season as well. But for now, we've done no business for the rest of this season, partly because if you look at our squad dynamics, they are really good. So don't want to disrupt that too much. We've got all our over 21 slots filled, so we'd probably have to sell someone or relegate them to not having any first team football at all if we were to bring anyone in over that age. So been looking to try and get young players potentially in, but nothing doing for the amount of money that we do have in that transfer budget and wage budget at the moment, especially if we try and bring some other players in on pre-contracts as well. We'll probably have to top up that wage budget. So probably not going to do too much in this mid-season transfer window, but we have done a few deals already for players who will join us at the start of next season. In terms of the first team, one area I am potentially looking at improving with that little bit of money that we do have could be right wing, because since Johnny F. and Russell came back from his injury, his form has not been great. He's gone down to that 2.5-star rating, and Kerry Shelton's pretty, not too sure if he's going to cut it as a backup right winger, truth be told, here at Sporting Kansas City. So I have been looking just to see if there are any right wingers out there available. I'm considering putting a bid in for one young player, but we'll have to see what happens. He is coming up on a free contract offer as well, so we might be able to get him for nothing at the end of the season anyway. So we'll just see how Russell and Shelton do the remainder of the transfer window, I think, before we put in any serious offers, if we do one at all. But today's opposition over two legs are PAOK of Greece. They are in the Serie B division, the same tier as us in this World Super League, and they were in a pretty similar position to us at the end of yesterday's episode, and they have made the most of it at the moment, currently lying second in their division and with quite a few games in hand on the teams around them as well. So they look like a good chance of getting out of their league. So a team who are fairly similar to us just based on where they're positioned in their league on the same tier as us. So we'll see what we can do against these guys. They're definitely beatable, but we'll have to see what we can do, considering that we are going to be using the rotation team for both leagues today, just because the MLS games that we've got around these games are pretty important. I want to try and pick up as many points out of these as I can against teams who are challenging for that automatic promotion spot in the league. I feel like we'll just prioritize that ever so slightly for now. And if we can get past these guys in the Europa League with the reserve team, that will be a nice little bonus as well, considering we have well and truly exceeded the board's expectations for this competition by making the knockouts. But we will come back shortly for the first leg of this round of 64 tie in the Europa League, taking on PAOK in Greece at Tumba in the light snow. Let's see if we can keep this fairy tale run going. And we've got TV coverage for this Europa League knockout tie. There is the Greek side, 4-2-3-1 for PAOK, and they do come into this in a decent patch of form. And there is our team. As I said, we are putting out the full rotation, and some players are a little bit tired, come injured as well. So we've got the likes of Barber, a young centre-back, making his debut. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do get on against good opposition with this reserve team. But early doors, nothing happening, and it's 0-0 here in Greece. 8 minutes gone and PAOK with a free kick in the black and white stripes. It's Zivkovic to try and put this in the back of the net, and what a free kick. That is not much that McIntosh and goal can do about that for us, and that's a pretty poor start, but as I said, it's a wonderfully taken free kick with his left foot, just curves that nicely around the wall into the top left corner. He gets a hand to it, the goalkeeper, but we're 1-0 down early on in this first leg. 37 minutes gone now, and PAOK with a corner. They get this on target, forces a good save out of McIntosh. So not many highlights in this first half, but they have been in PAOK's favour as they have another corner this time. Smith heading it away as Muche will try and get something going here down the right-hand side, but a decent little foul there from Kerry Shelton to keep it at 1-0, just shy of half-time. And that is half-time in the first leg of this Europa League round of 64 tie. Stat-wise, we're not doing terribly. That free kick aside, it's been a very even game, but there's not much we can do about that. That is the difference as we do go into the second half. But if we can keep it at 1-0 heading into our home leg, that's not going to be a terrible scoreline. So I think we've got lots of players on average ratings. We'll just see what they can do come the early moments of the second half. But we'll leave that same 11 out there and just see if we can get any improvement early doors in the second half as we head into it 1-0 down. 49 minutes gone here. PAOK on the attack early, but they do get the ball back after we clear it away briefly through a header inside the box, and they will probably look to double the advantage here as they are in a good position in the field to start the second half off, and they've found More in a lot of space there down the right. And for Zivkovic, it's in for Kiminik. It's a good save there, though, from McIntosh, trying to put that away at the near post, and we keep it at 1-0 for now. Okay, 53 minutes gone here, and we are going to make our first substitution. Espinosa starting to lay down a really average game, a 6.1 rating. So even though he's a little bit tired, we'll try Gianluca Busio off the bench, and we'll also take off Shelton, not playing too well, for Johnny F. and Russell at the same time. So two early subs here in the second half to try and get something going as it does remain 1-0 to PAOK. 57 minutes gone here, and it is still PAOK on the attack. We are yet to do anything of note in this game that we've seen. And they have the ball just outside the box. The ball there, it falls very nicely to Pablo Mouche. Kiminik gets a little bit of a hit on that and will claim the assist. And now they are in a good position. 2-0 up, just shy of the hour mark. And maybe we made a bit of a mistake putting a rotation team out in this game, albeit I'll stick to that because, as I said, some important league games either side of this, but that was a little bit sloppy at the back from us to make it 2-0 at the hour mark, and I think we'll just try and go more direct to get something going for the rest of this game, but 2-0 down at the hour mark, and now they have another free kick here just outside the box, and the header from Schwab goes just over the bar. They are all over us here at the moment, the Greeks. 2-0 down with an hour gone. 64 minutes gone here. We're going to make our last substitution. Danny Barber not having a great game, unfortunately, and he was a bit at fault for that most recent goal that PAOK did score. So we'll bring on Angelo Fontas. He's been very good from set piece for us, so hopefully that can give us a bit of impetus there. Our last substitution, still 2-0 down with 25 minutes to play. And we do have a throw-in shortly off the back of that substitution. Johnny F. and Russell makes his way past his man Duke. Puts a ball in, kinda at the far post, just a bit too deep for him. But we put it back into the mixer. They do cut it out there to the PAOK defence, but we are back in possession. Harris, nice ball there for Johnny F. and Russell. Falls to kinda. That's the luck that we might need in this game. And we get a goal back, and that's quite an important goal as well, being an away one. So we're in a much better position at 2-1 than we were at 2-0. It was definitely a bit lucky, but the prior build-up play up until that Harris pass was quite good. Slide tackle to take it off Russell. It fell very kindly to Gutty. Kinda puts it away at the near post, and we're back in this somewhat at 2-1 with 24 minutes to go. 76 minutes gone, still 2-1, and we look to get back in this and try and get it to equal terms, which would be very nice indeed going into the home league with just under a quarter of an hour to go. Going more direct might just be what we needed to do here as we look to pinch this result off of PAOK, who have dominated this game for the first hour of it, but we're looking to try and steal it in this last half hour. But they do have possession and are holding it quite nicely at the moment, the Greek team. But hopefully that goal that we did get can upset them a bit, and Gutty kinda makes the most of that interception there, puts the ball across for Johnny F. and Russell, loses possession. Falls kindly for Russell, picks out Harris, beats the keeper at the near post, and we are right back in this 2-2. It's a bit of sloppy work at the back there from PAOK, but we make the most of it, and somewhat undeservingly it feels like, because for most of this game, we have well and truly been second best, but we are right back in this. A slide tackle falling kindly to Russell, but Harris is there to put that away, and we are back in this at 2-2 and in a very good position, in fact, with those away goals with 12 minutes to go. Just double checking the offside here. He's a good stride onside is young Wilson Harris, and right back in a good position here, 2-2 with 10 minutes to play. 86 minutes gone. We have a free kick inside our own half. This would be a heck of a result. Johnny F. and Russell puts a ball in. Oh my God, what has the goalkeeper done there? We are 3-2 up somehow, but PAOK have pulled out the choke of all chokes. That is some terrible work at the back. It was a block cross there from Johnny F. and Russell, and somehow it's come off the post. The keeper hasn't claimed it, I believe. We'll have a closer look at it there, and it just falls oh so kindly to Wilson Harris. And we've come back from the dead a bit here, and we are right back in this tie and in a very good position. 3-2 up. What a comeback this has been from us, albeit with a large chunk of luck. We'll just tell the boys to slow things down and see this game out, as we are in a very nice position now, and we will see it out. What a comeback that was. 2-0 down at the hour mark. We told the boys to go a bit more direct with their passing, albeit I'm not too sure how much of that I can put on that change, because they got very sloppy at the back there, did the Greek outfit, and we come away and pinch a 3-2 win with 3 away goals, which could be oh so important going into the second leg of today's episode. Wilson Harris gets man of the match for his 2 goals. Gutty kinda with a tap-in as well, but that's a really nice comeback after being 2-0 down at the 64-minute mark, in fact. And PAOK, as I said, they got very sloppy late there, and we will take that all day long. Probably the better team for most of that game, but we come out with the result, 3-2, and we'll come back shortly and show you guys highlights of an important MLS game against Atlanta United, hopefully. And we are back. Unfortunately, no highlights from that Atlanta United game, because it was a 0-0 draw and it was a pretty dull one as well. Not much happening in that game. Pretty even contest, as you can see. But I think that's not a bad point for us away from home, after these guys did beat us at home off the back of losing to LAFC quite early on in the season here at SKC. So that keeps us in a pretty similar position to what we were in terms of the MLS League. We're not too far behind Atlanta United, albeit the likes of Dallas have got a bit more of a break on us, but we do still have 5 games in hand on them and only 8 points behind them. So starting to stretch out a little bit, but we're definitely still in the hunt for a promotion spot. But we're going to just go straight back into things in the Europa League. The PAOK game, 3-2 up after a really good comeback in the away league. Hopefully we can make the most of that and try and make our way through to the next round. We'll come to you shortly from Children's Mercy Park. And we are back with TV coverage again, putting out a pretty near identical team. Issa McMurrin comes back in at the centre-back spot, but otherwise, I think that's pretty much the same team that we put out for the first league. In terms of PAOK, they have brought in on loan Ryan Thomas, the New Zealand attacking midfielder, which is interesting, as he's quite a good player New Zealand-wise anyway, so they've definitely strengthened there, but he's in, so that's a notable change for them. But we'll see what we can do in this home league with a good advantage, 3-2 with those away goals. And it's half time. Absolutely no highlights in the first half. And to be fair to PAOK, they've looked the more threatening team out of the both of us as well. But neither team really up to anything, albeit that does suit us quite nicely considering the situation of the match. Even if they were to get 1 goal and make it 3-3, we'd still be going through with those away goals, I believe. So we'll just tell the boys to hopefully get their butt into gear in the second half, do a little bit more. It does remain 3-2 with 45 minutes to go in this Europa League round of 64 tie. And we've finally got a highlight here early on in the second half, albeit it is a PAOK goal kick. They pump it long. Smith with a bit of a poor header away there. Zivkovic getting on the ball in the Greek outfit will look to get this back at all square, and they'll feel like that is a deserved scoreline after the way the first leg played out until the last 26 or so minutes. Bar down the left. They're passing this about quite nicely inside their own half. Good ball out there to Moni. We just get clear of that dangerous ball, but PAOK do still remain in possession. They knock it about a bit more towards the defensive midfield area now, but start to get back on the attack through Schwab up to Scholli. Schwab again. Nice ball there for Zivkovic. That's a really nice finish. He just got free of Oliveira there, I believe, and they are back in this game, albeit we would still be the team going through if the scoreline did remain like this. They were building this up quite nicely here were PAOK. It's a really nice ball from Schwab, well-timed run from Zivkovic, and they do make it 1-0 on the day, 3-all on aggregate. So we would still be going through, but it's all to play for with 40 minutes left. Okay, 55 minutes gone here, and we're not looking like doing much in this game. 2 shots, none on target. So we're going to change our wingers, both having average games. Johnny F. and Russell, who's gone back up to a 3-star rating, so might be starting to improve his form back from injury. And Daniel Shalloy on the left for Shelton. And kind of respectively, those players having to have a rest because of that important Atlanta United game in between the games in today's episode. Hopefully, though, they've got enough in the tank to try and get us a goal, which could be very important in this tie. But it is 3-all with 35 minutes to go, though, but we still have the advantage with the away goals. And 71 minutes gone. We're going to make our last substitution. Graham Smith at the back is not having a great game, so we're going to make a similar change to what we made late in the first league. We'll bring Roberto Punchik on for him, just see if we can try and pinch a set piece goal or something, and at least strengthen that defence and sort it out to try and hold on to at least a 1-0 loss, because as I said, that will see us through. But we'll pull the wingers back as well, just to maybe go a little bit more defensive, but ideally we can get a goal here, and hopefully that would be enough to see ourselves go through, as it does remain 3-all with 20 minutes to go. 74 minutes gone. It's a PAOK corner. They put it in towards the near post. We do deal with it, and Johnny Russell looks to make his way down the right wing. Could we get a goal, which would hopefully see us through with the away goal advantage still in our favour? A ball's played in, but unfortunately the player for us not anticipating it. We do get the ball back from the clearance from the Greek outfit, though, and Shallowy just keeping the ball there. It was a little bit hairy, but we are now looking to get going forward in a good area of the pitch. Russell, nice little touch off there to Amadou Dia, back to Johnny F. and Russell. What can the Super Scott ball? Good ball there for Daniel Shalloy. He hits the post. Good chance for us there, but it does remain 1-0, 3-all on aggregate with 10 minutes to go. And shortly off the back of that highlight where Shalloy hit the post, it is PAOK on the attack looking for a winning goal, and they're going to get it potentially. Antonio Kolak just given enough space there at the near post, putting that across the face of goal and into the left-hand corner from the way we look at this, and that is a bit of a gutting one for us. If we get one goal back, we would be going through still because of away goals, but we definitely need that goal now. Good finish from Kolak, just able to get on the wrong side of Isamat there, and they do make it 2-0 on the day, 4-3 to them on aggregate with 8 minutes to go. We'll put our players a bit further forward back to the regular system that we play now, as going defensive obviously didn't work, and we'll see if we can get anything going in these last 8 minutes, as at the moment we will be going out 4-3 down on aggregate with 8 minutes to play. 91 minutes gone. We have a late corner. It's put in. It's in the bob. It's all over the shop, and somehow Fredericks has claimed that. And shortly off the back of that, PAOK on the attack. I'm not sure what happened from that corner there. It looked like it might have hit the post or hit a defender, and it bobbled about there for a little bit. A really good chance for us to get that result, that goal that we would have needed to go through. But unfortunately now it looks like it isn't going to be our day, and that's really unfortunate after we did so well to come back in the first league to lose this 2-0 at home, albeit with the reserve team. I just think the way the fixtures fell didn't really suit us for progressing throughout the rest of this competition. And there is the full-time whistle. And as I said, pretty disappointing just because of how we had to come back in that first league. If we were down 2-0 going into this league, wouldn't have been too disappointing, but having got those 3 late goals to pinch a win away in Greece, it's a bit disappointing to give up a 2-0 loss at home. But we have put up a pretty good fight in the Europa League this year, but at the end of the day, just not good enough in our home league, and we will be going out of the Europa League at the hands of PAOK in the round of 64. So unfortunately, that's all our cup competitions for the year done here at Sporting Kansas City after PAOK defeat us 4-3 on aggregate in the round of 64 of the Europa League. We put up a fairly good run in that competition, having exceeded our board's expectations quite significantly. They only expected us to reach the group stage, so to get out of our group was quite nice indeed, but we fall at the first hurdle in the playoffs. But what that does mean now is we can put a full focus on the Major League Soccer division in this World Super League, and that was the main goal anyway. Now we can focus on that on camera as well as we look to get out of this division in the first season here at Sporting Kansas City, seeing as we have put ourselves into a pretty good position to try and do that at the moment. So we've got a lot of games coming up in Major League Soccer. 2 games most weeks as we make up for our Europa League run. So it will be a busy schedule for us. So that might actually suit us going out of the Europa League at that stage and putting our full attention onto this Major League Soccer division so we can try and get promoted at the first time of asking and go up to the second tier in this World Super League. But that will do it for today's episode. If you did enjoy it, unfortunately, after a really good result in the first league, we let it slip in the second. And remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and enjoy the content here on the channel, then also hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. In terms of the next episode, we'll come back for a February double header. I think we'll do the Portland Timbers game late on in the month, and the other game we might do probably against Atlas Guadalajara. And if we do any transfers at the end of January, we will update you guys about those then. But I can't see it happening just with the transfer budget and wage budget that we do have here at SKC, as well as those good squad dynamics, as I mentioned earlier in the video. But until the next time I see you for that February doubleheader, thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.
Sometimes you can